Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Cynthia Smith, and this is the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast. I invite you to come for the chat and stay for healing. Today's session will be covering Manifesting 101, the fear of success, and how to heal the fear of succeeding. So, as I've said in many of my sessions, I've been going through, and I'm playing with my reading glasses here. I've been having all of this body level stuff. So I have 4 physical therapy, occupational therapy visits a week. That's my part-time job. It's getting myself better. And so I have a new gal. Her name is Ashley, and she's the gal that works on my hands. And she gave me, whoop, can you see it? Ooh, this is her Post-it note, because she gave me this idea, and I had a new client call in to schedule. And in a nutshell, he too has got a form of fear of success. So what she wrote, to be specific, is fear of succeeding. And then she did the arrow. She had a long-term fear of not being able to maintain this level of success or feeling burnt out sooner. So a couple of things. First of all, for a Gen X 20-something to be this self-aware is amazing. And so I'd like to validate Ashley and the other Ashleys out there that maybe you don't know what you don't know, but you're aware that you don't know. What do we call this? Unconsciously? Consciously unconscious? You could be consciously conscious. You could be unconsciously unconscious. You don't know that you don't know. You could be unconsciously unconscious, as I imagine, Ashley, is that you know don't know something, right? And then there's consciously conscious, you know, and you know. Sort of a very boiled down way to look at evolution, how we evolve in the world. Consciously conscious. We're trying to be aware, trying to be woke, as the kids like to say, and as the pundits like to turn it into a slam, like being compassionate and wanting to know about people is somehow a detractor. Oh, folks. So fear of success or fear of succeeding. And as you know, this selection of episodes that I'm doing is Manifesting 101, the Dr. Cynthia way. What does that mean? Well, there's one thing to name it and claim it and do all your affirmations and try to hold that vibration and like attracts like, yada, yada, yada. And why is it that some people manifest and some people are still struggling? And again, manifesting covers all of the categories. What we're talking about today is a fear of success, which, if you flip it on its head, is kind of a fear of failure. Okay, so we're gonna unpack that a little bit. And the Dr. Cynthia way, what I've found, what works in my universe, and what I'm sharing with you guys, and what I'm giving you a healing on, if you listen long enough to this podcast, is what's been working in my universe and what has been working for people that I coach, people that I help, people that I counsel. Whether you take my advice, my counseling, my coaching, and do everything, or take a nibble of it, I'm here for you, right? I am holding the light for you, the collective you, all of you, any of you, to do better for yourself, to do better for your family, to do better for your business, to do better for your children, to do better for the planet. I believe we all can. I believe there is goodness in every single one of us, even those that have done some really heinous shit. The owner of the body still gets the karma. Let's be absolutely clear about that. But back to manifesting. So we can do all the things, but oftentimes things aren't happening for us the way we want to, because we've got some kind of block. Something is stuck. Something needs to be healed in order for the manifesting to happen. That's my secret sauce. So let's heal it. Let's look. And the healings might be different. We do inner child work. We did looking, just being in the presence of the word money last time. Just like, how can you sit with money? How does that feel? Because for some people, it's really foreign. And then they wonder why they're broke all the time. Well, we got to heal that. In my own life, and I've seen this repeated over and over and over. For those of you that believe in the woo-woo shit that I do, oftentimes our fear of failure or our fear of success comes from a past life. A past life where we were so successful and maybe we were killed and people stole our stuff. Or maybe we were so successful that the person we loved went away. You know, you're like, why does that happen? It does. Hey, this is the past. Things can happen. So in the meditation today, I created my own technique for looking at past lives. And I think it's kind of genius. For those of you who think you aren't good at visualizing, first of all, everyone is. Even if you are physically blind, you can imagine. And so we try to draw in all of the senses. And so the meditation, we're going to lean into why we might not be able to manifest the level of success or level of accolade, esteem that we want. And yes, maybe we are afraid that if we get wealthy, then we won't have any friends, or we'll spend so much time trying to protect our wealth that it'll be exhausting. And 100 million other iterations. So a really current example of leaning into the fear. You know me, I like to lean in. I like to, okay, well, what would happen if I did find success and then lose success? What next? Well, we have an amazing example of just that happened here in America over the past week. And so sadly, and I referenced it in a podcast, we had yet another mass shooting. A young lady decided that the way to manage her grief, her anger, her angst, whatever, was to buy some easily attainable high capacity firearms and shoot people in the school that she had attended. There are better, easier ways to handle your grief, your stress, your worries than taking out a bunch of kids. And you may not agree with this, but I believe that our grief, however we display it, is proportionate to our pain. So if you were in so much pain that you're willing to take out 3 kids and 3 adults, your pain must have been significant, to say the least. And I'm not diminishing, and I'm, the 6 people that have perished, if you haven't been hooked up to the Supreme Being, allow me to give you an assist and thank you for the time that you spent on the planet, and for family and friends of anyone who has left their body, not just from this particular incident. If you would like to have a chat with that individual, contact me. Hello at Dr. Cynthia Smith, and we'll set up a session, or you can go back and listen to some prior episodes in October. I Ain't Afraid of No Ghosts, where I march you through some of the steps, one way to talk to a being that has passed on. So anyway, so as a result of that event, that all too common event, we just guns have gotten so impersonal, right? You can do so much damage in such little time, such little effort. It's just, there's no reason. There's no reason. And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the Nobel Peace Prize come about because one of the founders of the Nobel Peace Prize was so concerned over his invention of gunpowder and its evolution as a killing device that he said, I want to elevate and reward people for doing the opposite of what my invention does, which is to harm people. So let's all raise the vibration. Let's all hold the vibration that we as a collective can heal. And if we are wounded, please, 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 for the love of God, reach out, find somebody, contact me, contact your clergy, mental health resources. Please ask for help. And in this session, we're getting to success, I promise, but I have my requisite rabbit hole, and this is it. Please hold the vibration that it's okay. Let's give permission. Let's hold the vibration of permission that everybody has the permission to ask for help. Right? I'd rather have folks ask for help then think that the way to manage their grief, their pain, their angst, or whatever is to take a gun into a school. That is cheap shot. Anywho, so as a result of that, there were some protests. Yay for the protest. Yay for peaceful protests in Nashville, Tennessee. And 3 state senators partook of the demonstration. And the predominantly Republican, predominantly white male body of the state Senate of Tennessee decided that 2 Black gentlemen and 1 middle-aged white woman who, coinkydink, I think we could be family. I don't hate that. So if I ever wore my hair down, they were doing what their constituents asked them to do, which was to protest, which was to raise the awareness, maybe not to protest, but to raise the awareness that we need common sense gun safety laws, background checks, red flag laws. There's so many possibilities. This young woman apparently had 7, like, good God. Anywho, so when we talk about success, fear of success, fear of losing your success or getting burnt out, these 3 took the job, got elected, protested, and were expelled. 2 of them were expelled. The 2 who were highly melanated, in other words, the 2 gentlemen of color, found themselves on the end of a wildly bigoted, wildly racist, I guess you could call it a calling on the carpet, and they were expelled. But here's the point about leaning into success. They did it anyway. They did their job. They lifted their voices in peaceful protest to raise the awareness of the issue of gun safety. And they did it risking their career. And they did it anyway. They leaned into their principles. And they were kicked out. Again, you can't make this stuff up. My God. So there's such a great example of being willing to fail, being willing to lose it all, being willing to come under scrutiny. You have to have a certain thick skin to be in politics. And these are Gen Zs. Bless their heart. And if you've been listening long enough, you know that I talk about something called the law of dichotomy. The law of dichotomy is when you're okay with the outcome that you don't want, it's okay to get the outcome you do want. The story I often tell is one of my teachers in psychic school, Diane, she had her heart set on a gold Taurus wagon. Yes, Google gold Taurus wagon. It's what she wanted. Met all of her needs. And she did all of her research. She could find a Taurus. She Find a gold Taurus that wasn't a wagon. She found a burgundy Taurus wagon that checked all the boxes except that it wasn't gold. She was about to buy the burgundy Taurus wagon because it was everything she wanted except the color. And then that very next morning, gold Taurus wagon became available. What? Yes. So she was okay with getting the car that she didn't really want. And that gave room for the car that she really did want to appear. And it did. And she's very happy, or she was. This was ages ago, so I'm certain. Well, it'd be nice to know. Diane, if you're listening, do you still have the gold Taurus wagon? Law of dichotomy. If you're okay with the answer that you don't want, it's okay to get the answer you do want. So these two gentlemen, Jones and Pearson, were expelled from the state Senate, Tennessee. Obviously, that was the answer they didn't want, but they were okay with it. They did their interviews. They put their message out. From a PR standpoint, this is probably the worst thing that the Republican caucus should have done, because it gave them a platform. They actually ran the hearing where they were expelling these guys on CNN. It's amazing. Kicked them right out. So, as I said, they were doing their interviews and they were standing up for what they believed, but neither of them turned nasty. Neither of them started degrading the people who were deserving of some choice words, but they didn't do it. They stood on their principles, they stood on their word, and within a few days, they were both reinstated. That is the law of dichotomy. If you can have the answer you don't want, it's easier to have the answer you do want. They were willing to stand on their principles and get fired. And by being okay with that answer, they got rehired. If you're okay, and when we're talking about fear of success or fear of succeeding, fear of losing it, you got to watch it in real time with these guys. You got to see two, I'm going to call them kids because they're half my age, bless their hearts. And politicking is not easy. I mean, you have to have serious dedication, and they did, and they got elected, and they're in the minority in Tennessee. Like, the Republicans in the Tennessee state Senate have a super majority, which means Democrats, you're basically just ornaments. You know, we're not getting anything done. Like, thanks for playing. You're basically here for show. I may be paraphrasing that too much, but by being willing to fail, being okay to not succeed, being okay to have your success and then losing your success. These two guys, I think it's going to turn them even more successful. We might have a President Pearson or a President Jones, and I hope I have those names right. I did not fact check myself before I started recording. So that's the story. That's the chat part. That something happened in real time that so beautifully explains or gives an example of who cares? Who cares? What if I fall on my face? Or what if I'm so successful and oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Kevin Bacon and his wife were suckers of Bernie Madoff. They were very successful. And that jerk stole their money. I don't know, but I would say, especially, of course, I would kill. Well, I probably wouldn't kill, but to have a remake or a reboot of The Closer. Whew. I just love that show. I love her portrayal of that show. But anyway, so they had a good chunk, if not a higher percentage of their wealth wiped out by this guy. They got it back and then some. They got it back and then some. So our meditation, our hypnosis session today, we're going to look at if there's a past life where possibly we were successful and lost it all. And we're going to heal that and bring it forward. Because maybe, just maybe, Kira Sedgwick and Kevin Bacon, maybe this was their time when somebody stole everything and they got it back. Maybe they healed whatever it is they needed to heal, so that should that have occurred, they came back better and stronger. Why? Because the universe is abundant. Universe is abundant. You could be successful, and you could be successful in many arenas. You can genuinely have it all to the degree that you can have it. You can have what you can have when you can have it. You can have your success. You can have your $1 million idea. You can have the love of your life, yada, 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 to the degree that you can have it. Havingness is the concept of not just wanting something, but the degree that it can show up for you and in a meaningful way. Havingness. And we can dial up our havingness for any category simply by setting our intention that we're going to increase our havingness. Just dial it up by 10%. 10%, maybe 5%. Maybe just nudge it up there a little bit and see what shows up for you. So if you're ready, everybody, let's say we get into some psychic space. Let's move some energy. Let's do some healing. Whew. Okay. So this is the time when you don't drive, or if you are driving, pull over or switch to a different podcast until you can get to someplace nice and comfy. Have a seat. Get something to drink, glass of water, cup of tea, cocoa, kick off your shoes and just give this time to yourself to move some energy and to heal some stuff. Yeah. Take a short sponsor break and then we'll be right back. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Take a deep, deep breath. And let it go. Do that again. Take a deep breath in. And let it out. Just get here. Just get here, be comfortable. Fidget about if you need to. When you're ready, close your eyes. Close them on down. Yeah. Give your eyelids a break. Take a load off. And with your eyes closed, imagine that you are a point of light behind your eyes and in between your temples. Imagine that you can look at the world from behind closed eyes. And allow the center of your head to be a cockpit, if you will. I like to imagine that mine is the cockpit of the Starship Enterprise. And I am female Captain Kirk. There's no staff. It's just me in the center of my head. No other crew. And look around the center of your head and see if you have any crew in there with you or visitors. You might see an actual person or a face, might see a name or just sense that somebody's in there with you. Go ahead and kick them out. Center of your head is for you. Center of your head. And next, conceive of your bubble, your aura, your energy field, your personal space. It's out there in all directions. About 3 feet, 3 feet over your head, 3 feet to either side, front and behind you, and under your feet. So have your aura encompass the chair that you're in or where you're laying. Give yourself plenty of space. And then create a grounding cord, a tube of light. You can do a tree trunk, a braid of hair, a rope. I like a tube of light. And imagine that that connects the base of your spine through the chair that you're sitting in, through the floors of the building you're in, through all the layers of the earth, all the way down to the center of the earth, and have it ground into the center of the earth. Imagine that the center of the earth is a meadow, a pasture, grassy field somewhere. Just drive your grounding cord into the center of the earth. And then give it a tug. Give it a tug on both ends. Make sure it's connected. Put today's date on your grounding cord. Helps further bring you into the present moment, into present time. Present time. And just sit there for a moment, take a couple of deep breaths, and just be with your tools for a bit. And with your eyes closed, bring your attention to the chair that you're sitting in. Feel that chair underneath you. And notice that that chair or couch or bed, notice that it supports the weight of you. And allow yourself to be supported. And allow this to be a metaphor for the universe supporting you. And as you notice that the chair is supporting you and you're allowing it, allow your body to get heavy. Allow your body to sink even more into the chair. That's perfect. And allow the universe to support you. And as you feel relaxed, comfortable, and supported, notice that you're going deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. If you nod off or go unconscious, that's fine. You'll still be doing the work because your subconscious mind is always active. It's always there to protect you and will always tell you the truth. Go ahead and go deeper and deeper and deeper into relaxation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Down, down, down into this resource state. This beautiful space, access to your subconscious mind. It's where all your gifts are, all your tools. Go ahead, just be here for a moment. And congratulate yourself for being so wonderful, so capable, that you can close your eyes and access your subconscious mind. From the center of your head, grounded in your bubble, in this deep, relaxed state. Imagine that you are on the bank of a large body of water. Might be a great lake, might be an ocean. And far off in the distance, you can see islands. Some are closer, some are farther away. Some are bigger, some are smaller. And each of these islands represents a past life. A past life, a time when you as a spirit inhabited a different body. Could have been male or female, could have been any of the races, could have been young or old. This is an opportunity for you to use your psychic gifts and see what you see. So as you stand here on the bank of this large body of water, in your mind's eye, I'd like you to think of your personal concept of success. What does that look like to you? And stand here in a moment of quiet contemplation with the idea and the concept of your personal success. What will that look like? Will it be an amount of money? Will it be an amount of prestige? Will it be an amount of people that you've been able to help? What are the markers of success? Start labeling them. Name them. Identify. There you go. What does success? And I invite you to listen to this again and actually make this an exercise where you write down your idea of success. For now, we're going to do it in our mind's eye. Who are you with? Who do you impact? Who impacts you? What is your measure of success? See it as if it has already happened or is happening to you in present time. Do you have a certain level of physical health? Do you have a certain level of wealth? Are there people around you, family, friends, associates, employees, subjects? What does it look like to you? Be specific and don't hold back, because this is you. And in that picture, imagine that there is some, and cooler than I could possibly imagine. Intend that the universe will fill in any gaps, anything that you might not have thought of, but you need to feel successful. And let that picture develop for a moment. And know that whatever your version of success is or succeeding, that you deserve it because you're a child of God. And you are born of pure love, pure light, and entitled to all good things. So as you stand on the edge of this body of water and you look out and you see maybe one, maybe multiple islands, and these islands represent past lives. I want you to reach out to the one where you had success and lost it. So what I want you to do is imagine that you're throwing a line or a fishing line or a bolt of light to that island that represents the past life where you had success and lost it. So once you've landed your line on that past life, allow in your mind's eye your physical body to just transport right over to that island, to that past life. And once you get there, take a look around. What does it look like? What year in time? Was it, were you male or female or something else? What race were you? How old were you? What was your life situation? Were you in a family? Did you have a job? And remember, you can't do this wrong. Whatever you see is what you see. Allow it to be easy and allow it to be fun. So see yourself in this past life, how old you were, what sex you were, what race you were. See all the details as if you're in the movie of that past life. And what did success look like for you in this lifetime? Were you a ruler? Were you a wealthy business person? Did you inherit your wealth or your success? Were you an inventor? Whatever success looked like to you in this past life, and however far back, you can't do this wrong. And then as you're watching this image, this impression of your past life, what had happened when you lost your success or fell out of grace? What did that look like? And when you look at that from this moment, what was something that you learned from that fall from success, that fall from grace, when you had success and lost it? Or maybe you just got burnt out, wanted to walk away from your success. What did you learn? What was the blessing that came out of that? And whatever it is, bring that forward to your present time body. And there might be more than one lesson. There might be more than one blessing. Take your time. Take all the time you need. And as you're watching this fall from grace, this losing of your success, what healing do you need? What grace do you need to be given? What wounds, what soul wounds need to be healed from that circumstance in that past life? Were you injured or wounded? Did you lose your life? Did you lose your fortune? Did you lose your girlfriend or wife? What happened when you lost your success? Stay in the center of your head as you look at this. And give yourself in that past life, give yourself that comfort that you need. that healing, that retribution. And commend yourself in that past life for having the bravery to be successful, for getting elected. Validate your past self. Yeah. And when you lean in like this, you'll probably start to notice in your present time body that you're feeling a little bit more relaxed, assured, less worried about failure or too much success, because you learned something and you're able to heal the wounds. And give yourself that healing. Give yourself whatever healing, whatever support, whatever comfort, whatever validation your past self needed. Give your present self the same. And validate your present time self. Congratulate your present time self on your current and future successes. You've already shown that you can do it. You've seen it in its rich glory. Yeah, you've done it before, you'll do it again, and you can do it better this time. Deeper down, deeper down. You're still in your resource state. And then look ahead and see if there's anything else that your past self needed. Anything else? The woulda, coulda, shouldas. What did your past self need? And then give that to your past self. And also give your present time self whatever validation, love, care, consideration you need. And take a look around in that past life and be proud of yourself. You got to incarnate again. You're listening to this recording. Pretty freaking awesome. Just for showing up. So if there's any other healing that you need to give that past life, go ahead and do it now. And when you're ready.
About Mike, because he had some sort of mental illness.
And when you're ready, look back from that island to your present time body and throw out that line. And then call yourself back to your present time body, back on the shore of this giant body of water. And if there are other past lives that you would like to visit and like to heal from, this is an excellent exercise to do. And you can do it. You can listen to this recording over and look for past lives to heal anything. So now that you're back in your mind's eye on the shore of this large body of water, Great Lake or an ocean, notice how you feel, having validated yourself, having accepted your extraordinary abilities, having healed yourself. And just sit with that for a moment. And see if the concept of taking your next step of leveling up in your business or your career or your personal life, see if it doesn't seem a little bit more attainable, a little bit easier. You might even be a little eager to be done with this meditation so that you can go succeed. That's awesome. So be here for a moment, knowing that you are that capable. You are that able. You are that precious to the universe, and the universe supports you. We're going to count from 1 to 5, and on 5, you're going to wake up feeling refreshed, ready to go, and unafraid of your own brilliance and success. If it is time for you to go to bed, you will fall into a deep, glorious sleep, and you will wake up when it is time to wake up, refreshed and ready to succeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wake up. Hello, everybody. Once again, if there's something that you specifically would like my help with to help you level up in your performance, or anything else that I can do in the hypnosis, hypnotherapy, telehealth world, please reach out. hello@drcynthiasmith.com. Please like and subscribe, tell your friends, and continue to give me show ideas. This is fun. This is fun for me because I hope that I'm helping. I intend that I am. Again, this is Dr. Cynthia Smith, and this is the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast. Till next time, bye now.